Hello, 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 Rose's Melody here, and I bring you something, well, slightly different from what I'm doing right now. Dungeonmans! I could load a game, but instead I'm actually going to start a new academy. Because, okay, the way this game works... Let's see... A story begins in a forgotten age, a legend lost in histories that were buried in old myth. On the unfamiliar shores of an untamed land, a hero strode forth to... No, don't be silly. That hero is not you. Strode forth to bring the light of knowledge and civilization to a wild continent known only as... Alania. This great hero upon the shores of Alania brought with him but one thing, the iron spirit of a Dungeonmans. There's no greater force than the Order of Dungeonmans, each one a titan of monster-crushing greatness, an unparalleled treasure hunter and veteran of 1,000 battles. Here, one of the eldest and greatest of their champions set out to spread the light of the Dungeonmans to a new land. The great heroes set out to build a mighty Dungeonmans Academy, an institution of higher learning and martial training, one that would serve as a beacon of civilization to the terrified native villagers, cowering in fear from what terror lurks outside their walls. The toil was not a small one, but eventually the academy began to accept its first students, bright-eyed young hopefuls willing to take up the cause and bring war to those who prey upon the just. So begins the story of one young candidate, ready to embark on the rigorous years of study required to be a true Dungeonmans. And that brings us to our character creation. Our candidate will be Mel. Now, you have 4 stats, basically. You have strength, skills, science, and fool. Basically, you know, your strength, dexterity, magic resistance, and magic damage. It just makes me laugh. I like how they're not like called the default things. I am going to go with this dark blue set 15, 14, 15, 13. It's pretty good all round. And I get to choose my core study. You have several different fields. Where you have Fightermans, Rangermans. Fightermans, stab stuff. Rangermans, shoot things. Wizardmans, foom things. Necromancer. I've never played them. Dungeonmans are, well, you're the hero. You're whatever you want to be. Bannermans fight with polearms, and Southern Gentlemans. Well, I've never played them either. We're just going to we're just going to go with the Fightermans right now. And you get to choose 2 perks. You have Southern Born, which doesn't seem to do. It's opposed to maximum health. Book Burner lets you eat books, but you can't get mastery points from them. Scroungers, more coin and loot. I could use that. Defiant does more damage when I'm gravely injured. Pneumatize gives me more AP gain. Basically more action points, but I take more damage. Electrolyze is more potent energy and mana. All weather makes me take less fire and ice and deal more fire and ice. That's pretty handy. World Champion is more champion monsters will spawn in the world. And as you can see, that is both a positive and a negative. Mad Thirsty means first potion I drink in a round is free, and Tireless is basically it basically means sometimes when you use powers, their stamina cost increases for several rounds. This makes that a shorter period. I'm actually going to do that. And now you can choose your gender. You can be a male, a female, a beast, or who cares? I like that option, honestly. And no matter what you choose, your portrait, like, even though when you choose a portrait, it gives you a default gender. What am I gonna fight with? You can change that. It doesn't matter. I like that. I like that so open-ended, honestly. And we start off in the Dungeonmans Academy. And we are the first graduate of the Dungeonmans Academy. Do I care to hear? I'm sure. First things for Mel, you know these things well. First, danger lies to the east and south. The further you go, the darker and more cunning your foes become. As you venture far from civilization, know that danger will increase. If you grow too bold and are surrounded by foes and you are not equal to, none can save you but yourself. Surely there's more. In the farthest corner of the land lies the dread Purpleonians, a vile race as the enemy of all good men. What twisted master they serve is unknown to us, but there is no doubt that the dread Purpleonians are the greatest known threat and should be crushed once and for all. Should you keep your wits and fortune smile, perhaps the crusher shall be you. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Oh, come on. There we go. The academy is my home. Basically, it's saying if you, you're gonna find artifacts, bring them back to the academy. Should you seek more advice, visit the wall of text just down the hall. As you can tell, this game is slightly sarcastic, and I love it for it. I'm just gonna pop right into the dungeon. Well, to the overworld. Yeah, to the dungeon. This is a convenient Scrobald Warren. We could go into the Oakfells. There's Kingsbury Settlement. I'm just going to go to the convenient Warren. My hands keep wanting to do my controls from Tome. Foolish red creatures setting up their squalid home, not a stone's throw from the Dungeonmans Academy. It's as if they want to be crushed. So, you move basically in the same way. I use the num keys. You can still go diagonally. Gladiator skirt. I can't actually use that because let me actually show you. No, where's the skills? Okay. So, you have several different paths of skills you can take. There's Adventure 101, which just has your basic stuff. Armor and you. If you notice, I only have points in real armor. I can only wear plates. I can only wear heavy armor. Yes, all three armor types are their own different class, which is really interesting. And you can have either, sword and board, or you can fight with two-hand weapons. I'm gonna go with sword and board, I think. And you can actually learn stuff from all these categories. I'm probably gonna stick to the first three categories, however. And the current attacks I have Shield Rush. Press the attack. I don't have the right kind of weapon for it. I need two-handed weapon. I can do High Guard, which actually might let me get a counterattack, and Battle Fervor. That's fun. But right now, I have a wish to kill things. And I'm going to smash any of these pots I find because I go to the Link School of Adventuring. And, whoops. It helps if I hit the right button, And I keep looking up to the upper left to try and find my HP, and I'm like, why can't I see my HP? That would be because that's not how this works in this game. Unfortunately, I wouldn't say unfortunately, but there is no auto explore button in this game. Which is kind of sad once you get used to it. You're like, oh, I don't have it anymore. But yeah, this game, Tome definitely takes itself seriously. This game, not so much. But because I probably won't get that far in this game, at least here, basically the way it works is, yeah, you're playing several different characters, but they're all members of the Dungeonmans Academy. So your achievements on one character actually do carry through. Sort of like Rogue Legacy in a way. Actually, a lot like Rogue Legacy now that I think about it. Let's check my map. Oh, there's money up that way. Also, you will never entirely run out of enemies, unlike in Tome. In Tome, once you clear a floor, that's it. There's no more enemies on that floor. In this game, when you clear a floor, some more will always spawn somewhere. Ooh. Looks like there's a plate there. And a scroll. Tin Steel Cuirass, which I can't really use right now. Well, I could just equip it. See, I'm currently wearing one. It's still unidentified, but I'll wear it. Buy this axe I crush. It'll give me a free mastery point. That's pretty nice. And see, now, what a scroll... If you notice, these scrolls don't actually tell me what they are. Now, there's a couple ways you can figure them out. One... Oh, I know what this one is. One way to do it is just by using it. Now, what's nice is every time you pick up that scroll in the future, you know what it is. So let's see, do I want Shield Mastery? Archery, Dungeon Dervish, maybe? Which will give me dual wielding, but I think I want to stick with Sword and Board. Okay, I can't get anything once... I can't get that, so I'm actually going to go for Shield Mastery. And hopefully find a better shield. You will also notice this dungeon is a great deal larger than most of the stuff in Tome, and a lot more open. Okay, that's another scroll. I do not know what it does. Also, I should see these boots, which are better than what I was wearing. Because what I was wearing was nothing. Okay, this is Beck and Foe. That's pretty handy, which basically just pulls it over to me. Come on, thank you for dying. You may have noticed by this point, I really like this kind of game. Like, a lot. It took me a while to get into them, but I just really, really like it. Reminds me I need to play more Dreadmore, actually. Anything down there? Don't see anything. There's money over that way, though. Which I've not really found too much of a use for the money, but that's... Well, actually, there is a use for the money. Okay... Is there anything else here? There's a bit of map I need to open up down there. Is that everything? Nope. Yep. So now that we've pretty much... Bendy Iron Heater is still... Ooh! That's a two-handed sword, though. It's still better than my half of a shield. Gonna equip it. I am gonna have to identify those when I go back. So now we're going to pop down a floor and things are gonna get a bit more dangerous for us. Oh, right, I can attack diagonally, that's important. And I need to actually remember to use my skills. There we go. Let's see now. You'll notice that thing's actually running away from me. Boosh. I love that counterattack ability. Okay, pay attention to your HP, Mel. We're gonna get back into that. Oh god, this is bad. Item. Oh, that's right, I don't know what these potions do. I'm going to make an assumption that's health. That's stamina. Crap. Bye, y'all. Okay. Okay, I'm glad I was near there. And all I'm doing to rest is I'm just holding my 5 key on my numpad, which is basically just passing turns. Okay. We're gonna go back down because I want all that crap. Alright, that's dead. That's going to be dead. That's not wanting to die. Up we go! Is this cowardly of me? Oh, for sure. Doesn't mean I won't do it. Okay. I really want to pick up those items I abandoned over there. Come on. Okay, you know what? Here's the thing. Those items are not going to despawn. And I actually really need to get out of here. Where's my way up? All the way over there. You may have noticed, as you will already notice, you are going to be taking many trips into a dungeon. You are not going to get through a dungeon in one trip. And you shouldn't expect to. Now, what's fun is if you actually talk to the headmaster, he will identify everything we have. Of course, let's see. This is... Oh my god, I am going to swap this back out for the regular one. Oh, it's cursed. And this is why you don't want to just throw cursed... You don't want to just throw random items on. But this is real armor. It's plated. It's not cursed. I will definitely wear that. Can't use pole arms. Don't want to use that. That is a two-handed weapon. I can't use bows. Can't use that. That's a staff. Okay, well, that's gonna be interesting. I'll keep an eye out for finding his crap. But yeah, that's basically Dungeonmans. I'm probably going to continue this probably weekly because that's about all I can handle. Thanks a lot for watching. Next time we'll continue in the Scrollbolt Cavern. See you guys then.